This is the summary created from the video. Lecture 33 Demonstration XII. This demo covers key topics from the previous 3 modules on input-output streams in Java. In Java, there are various mechanisms for diversified input and output processes. We have previously covered standard input from the keyboard and output to the display. Now we will discuss receiving data from memory or disk and creating opening and closing files. The 2 main approaches are byte streams and character streams for file I/O operations. This demonstration includes creating files and performing operations on them. File handling allows us to store and read data permanently from secondary storage like files. The DTAN_PutStream class can read input from sources like the keyboard memory or a network channel. To write data to a file, we create a file output stream object specifying the target file path. Output is converted to byte form before writing to the file, such as converting characters their ASCII values. Strings can be converted to byte arrays using the getBytes method before writing to a file. For the input process, we use the FileInputStream class. The object fin reads one character at a time and returns its ASCII value. For example, 87 is the ASCII value for Wu, and conversion between byte and character form is possible. To read an entire file, we loop until fin.read returns -1, which indicates the end of the file. The loop reads the file content sequentially and prints it on the terminal. The file_status program retrieves details about a file, such as its name, path, parent directory, read and write permissions, last modified date and size. It uses the file class from the java.io package and the getPaths and getinfo methods to access this file information. The main method creates a file object and processes command line arguments for the files to check status. It then calls getPaths and getinfo for each file argument, printing out the retrieved details like the path, permissions, and size. This program demonstrates how to access file status programmatically, which is useful for file handling and operations. We demonstrated copying content from one file to another using the FileReader and FileWriter classes from the character stream classes. We created an infile object connect the program to the input.dat file and an outfile object for the output.dat file. We then instantiated ins a FileReader object for infile and outs as a FileWriter object for outfile. We iteratively read characters from ins and wrote them to outs, effectively transferring the content from input.dat to output.dat. We also handled exceptions using try-catch blocks for scenarios like file access issues or memory constraints. Previously, we learned about file copying using character stream classes. Now, we are discussing byte stream classes for the same task. The difference is reading as bytes instead of characters. The mechanism is almost the same, but with different use cases. Byte streams are preferred for heterogeneous systems, while character streams are suitable for homogeneous systems. This program uses FileInputStream and FileOutputStream objects to copy a file byte by byte until the end. It successfully copied the input dat file to out.dat, demonstrating the byte stream file copying process. The BufferedOutputStream and BufferedInputStream classes facilitate buffering bytes to and from files or networks, respectively. BufferedOutputStream buffers bytes before writing to a target like a file or network, while BufferedInputStream buffers bytes read from sources like files or networks before processing. Buffering allows for efficient transfer of large data, such as images, by breaking it into smaller chunks. The SequenceInputStream class allows us to read input from multiple sources as a single stream. The SequenceInputStream class handles merging 2 or more files into one stream. We create 2 FileInputStream objects, input1 and input2, representing the source files. We then create a SequenceInputStream instance called inst, passing input1 and input2 as arguments. The contents of input1.txt and input2.txt are read sequentially and stored in inst. Finally, we display inst on the screen, showing the concatenated contents of the 2 files. We demonstrated random access to read and write data at specific file positions using the randomaccessFile class. We wrote a character, an integer, and a double to a file, and then read them back by moving the file pointer with the seek method. We also illustrated appending data at the end of a file by seeking to file.lengt each and writing a Boolean value. This provided an example execution to understand the random file access mechanism in Java. This concludes our discussion on file I/O mechanisms, covering topics like byte and character streams, creating, reading, writing and merging files, accessing file properties like permissions and size, exploring buffering for efficient large data transfer, and presenting random access for reading and writing at specific file positions. Next, we will transition to the topic of graphical user interface programming. Please stay tuned for more summary videos.